Greetings, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another episode of the SavvyCat Podcast. I'm Savvy.
And I'm Cat.
And together, we're SavvyCat, because we're creative 12-year-olds, like I tell you every single week, except last week, because we weren't here last week, because...
We moved!
We moved! Yay! It's not like we've told you that every single episode for the past month, but it finally happened.
Yeah, it's our own place now. It's officially.
And also family stuff.
Yeah.
My grandma died last week, so we were going to film a video after because we've been here a couple weeks now. We were going to film an episode, but then that happened, and so I was not in the right mind space.
Which is completely...
to be filming a podcast.
Yeah.
So apologies about that. I feel like you probably understand.
If you don't, I will kick your ass. But that's just me.
It's been the most ridiculous couple weeks. So we moved. And then sad happened.
Yeah. And then more sad happened.
More sad?
Yeah. It hasn't just been one sad.
What was the more sad? What was all the sad?
Your aunt and uncle.
Oh yeah, but that happened. There was a sad and then a happy and then the other sad.
True, that's
so
true.
it was the move.
Yeah.
Then my grandma.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
she arrived. My baby. I love her. And along with her, my espresso machine arrived.
Yeah, it's the play button, by the way, for
is
just listeners.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have this on Spotify. We're on Spotify. Freaking great. So it's my silver play button. And then I found out that I have a couple of family members who have COVID, which is scary because they are vulnerable people. So that's another thing that happened that's a bit sad. And then there was an up since then, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Cat dyed her hair.
Yes, I did.
I dyed it for her this morning. It's
Yeah.
very black. We are gonna do this. So for listeners, because I forget that we have listeners now. It's black with eagle streaks.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna dye them to be the bi flag
So
later
pink,
on.
purple, blue, because there's still blue. I couldn't get the blue out. Blue is impossible to get out of your hair.
It's so hard. It is so hard to get blue out.
It's ridiculous.
Like this.
Yeah.
This is not gonna move.
No.
I'm changing my hair color. By the way,
It's still gonna be rainbow.
It's still gonna be rainbow, but I'm not telling anyone else this. Podcast exclusive. Tomorrow. Oh, it'll be changed by the time you're watching this. Actually.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I am going to be. So I guess it's not podcast exclusive. I will have had a video up by that point. Patrons. So if you're not a patron, then you're finding out later than the patrons.
Exactly.
They know already that my hair has changed.
Exactly.
You should, if you want updates on what's happening with my hair, you should become a patron.
Unless you post on your Instagram story beforehand.
No, I won't. I will make a conscious decision to not post on my Instagram story until after the patrons know.
Great. Excellent.
No, but I'm changing it. So I'm excited. I'm also hair ties.
Sorry, that was very loud. No, we were supposed to buy hair ties at the store. We didn't buy hair ties.
See, that's the other American word you use.
What?
Store. It's a shop. It is a shop.
Listen,
Store.
Listen.
Store.
Listen.
Store.
Listen. My vocabulary
Store.
may have changed a bit. I haven't been in New Zealand.
But you live with your mother who uses New Zealand words. Does she say store?
Yeah.
I will fight her.
She does say store. It's because everyone at her work is either American or Australian. And I'm very lucky that I didn't develop the Australian slang.
They still use shop, at least. Australian slang is very similar to New Zealand slang.
They use thongs as sandals.
Jandals. Cat.
Jandals.
Cat.
Jandals. No, that was really bad of me. I'm so sorry. God damn it.
I am so disappointed. Is this still
Yeah.
too loud again? We should have checked the volume on this. Wait, is that too quiet? We can cut that little bit out, I think. Yeah, cat. What was the other one that you said yesterday that was like American?
I don't know, but you almost fought me.
I was mad.
Yeah,
you have so many American words in your vocabulary.
I know.
What's Coke?
Coke.
Yeah.
Coke.
Yeah, but like, what type of drink is it? What would you call it?
Fizzy drink.
Okay, at least you've got that one.
Yeah.
Soda.
Never. Watch me accidentally.
You say candy?
No, it's lollies.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You passed that test.
Okay, good.
I started saying sweets.
That's shameful.
But I do it on purpose because I'm here.
You're fitting in.
Well, it's like I've started saying trousers.
Okay. Fancy pants.
I have to take like literally.
Fancy
literally.
Fancy trousers.
Because everyone here, pants here is like underwear.
Yeah.
So like.
Pants are just pants.
So I said like, I'm going to take my pants off.
Yeah.
People think something very different.
What? That's their fault.
It's one time I was with this guy and he was like, oh, I like your pants. I'm like, I'm not wearing any. It's like, what?
Stunning.
It is very
stunning.
Or I said I wanted an ice block one time and people were like, the fuck do you want a block of ice for?
Good. What do they call it?
Ice lollies.
Ah.
So here a lolly
Yeah.
is an ice block.
Interesting.
So there's sweets and then ice lollies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I find slang so interesting.
That's not even slang. That's just their word for it.
Yeah.
That's just language.
Yeah. But it's just interesting that like English has different, like no matter where you live, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like we were saying yesterday, like Bindi Irwin.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So apparently they're not like a thing in like most places outside of like Australia and New Zealand. There's a few places that have them.
Lucky.
But prickles,
lucky.
we call them prickles. They're basically like thorns that grow in the grass.
They're like, I don't know how to, they're sabotages. They're evil gremlins that live in the grass. They're just like leaves that have like
Thorns,
like cacti thorns, not like rose thorns, but like cacti. Like you can't see them unless you stand on them.
Yeah, and then you have to pull them out of your foot like a splinter almost.
Yeah.
But they grow in the grass in summer. Like all grass gets prickles, and our beaches. A lot of our beaches go grass, sand, ocean, so you have to walk across the grass to get to the beach. They always have prickles, and so you have to walk around on like the balls of your feet and sort of look very carefully. You always stand on them.
Always, every single time. It's like a slightly darker green.
Sometimes they're yellow flowers.
Sometimes. But every single time you stand on them.
But anyway, in Australia, we call them prickles. But which makes sense.
Yeah.
In Australia, they call them bindies. And I just find it so funny that Steve Irwin, and I forget his wife's name, they named their daughter Bindi, which in Australian slang, which is where they're from, because they're Australian, is prickle. They named their child Prickle. And it's just so funny to me.
It's great. I love it. I really love it.
Oh, it's so good. And I know that's not like what the name means, but if you're Australian, that word means prickle, which is just really funny to me. I've never not found that freaking hilarious. It's so good.
My favorite like celebrity name has always been Apple. It's
About their brother, Buddy Bear.
I honestly, no, I take that back. Whatever Elon Musk's kid's name is.
Remember someone in our class at intermediate did their speech on baby names.
Yeah.
And there was someone like they named their child in protest of child naming laws. It was like XY375, like a bunch of random letters and numbers, and it was pronounced Elbin.
Yeah.
That
fantastic.
poor child. Or someone was paid
Yeah.
$1,000 to name their child goldencasino.com.
Yeah. It's stunning. It's stunning. My, yeah.
1,000 only,
Yeah.
what?
It's really
Some
weird.
Rumpelstiltskin type shit.
Yeah. Well, my favorite one was, it was like a Facebook post way back when, and it was like someone named their child like Sarianne or something like that because they saw it at the hospital and thought it was a really pretty word, but it was cesarean. It's hilarious to me. It's so funny. I feel so bad for the children, because obviously they'll have to go through a good portion of. Obviously, they can change it later, but they'll have to go through a good portion of their critical development years.
I mean, I'm sure they get nicknamed, but on school rolls and official documents and stuff, like going into a new classroom, your teacher would I
have to say it out loud. And also, I don't know, you'd have to, even on government forms, you have to put your old names on there, which also is quite triggering.
Why do you have to do that?
Can we talk about that real quick? That's awful.
Why do you have to do, why do you have to do previous names?
Yeah.
I guess it's in case you've committed a crime, they have to look at your past records.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just in my perfect world, they just update those records.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But yeah, that'd be really triggering for people. But yeah, baby names are weird to me.
31 unisex names for boys.
That's so.
That's such
a hetero.
That's so funny. That is
it's so funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But again, how awful would that be to be a non-binary person and see your name and in that list and be immediately invalidated?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That'd be awful. That'd be awful. Names shouldn't be gendered.
Names shouldn't be gendered.
In the first place. There should be no gender.
Name a girl Kyle.
Yeah.
Please. Why do we have Kylie and Kyle? Why can't they just be the same?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Michael and Michaela. Just... Why do we have to gender them? Just, name your child whatever you want. Also, can we talk about the fact that, boys' names are so boring?
No.
Any name that's creative is automatically a girl's name.
Yeah.
All boys' names are, biblical. Sam.
Yeah.
Josh.
John.
Peter. Chris. But
Mike.
then you can name a girl anything.
Anything.
But that I feel it's almost plays so well into toxic masculinity, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Anything creative or fun is feminine, and if it's feminine, no.
We must have strong syllables. Only strong, short.
Girls' names, it's interesting watching the development of names, because my mum's sort of period of time, her name is Judith. It's Judith, Sharon. They all end on sort of harsher sounds.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of girls' names now end with A.
Yeah.
Or
it's
soft
fascinating.
vowels.
Yeah. Mine didn't. And still doesn't. Cat is a quite harsh name. I'm now realizing. Excellent. Fantastic. Exactly the way it should
Feisty. Like a cat.
Exactly.
But a lot of names do. They end with... They're softer now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Fascinating.
Because that's more feminine.
Yeah.
Being softer.
Yeah. Well, I always said that if I had a kid, I'd name them Rue, which is quite a soft name. It doesn't come from a soft context, but...
It kind of does.
Kind of.
It's kind of in terms of her character. She's a very soft character.
Yeah. She was... we recently rewatched, and we're still in the process of rewatching the
Hunger Games drinking games.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna die tonight.
We're watching both Hunger Games... Mockingjay movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch them because Catching Fire's
superior.
So good.
So good.
I love Catching Fire so much. And then, unfortunately, it ends the way it does. And I've suddenly remembered everything that happens in the Mockingjay movies. And I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again. I was thinking in my head, okay, I know exactly when to close my eyes for particular scenes. I'm like, wait, I'll have to close my eyes through every single scene. Except for maybe the one where you see Effie again. Because I like that scene. That's a good scene.
And we have to drink every time we hate Gale.
That's no, we'll have to, because that was a shot. We're not going to be able to do that. We are not, that was a shot.
Every time we see Gale, we just immediately yell at the screen.
Yeah,
I hate him so much.
On the post-it note, it was every time you audibly dislike Gale.
Yeah.
And it's a shot. We have to change that. We can't do a shot every time. That's impossible.
We will drink 3 liters of alcohol.
Especially because Peter's not even going to be in the part 1.
No, don't remind me that I don't get to see my baby.
I know.
Ah!
Finnick is barely in it either. It'll just be Gale. Gale will be the main.
No. But we get Cressida.
That is true. You make a very valid point.
We get Cressida.
The crush I had on her. Oh. When I say that these movies have, I've already discussed it many times, they have influenced me as a person so much, and I'm just remembering, like, watching them again is amazing. They're so good. If you haven't, I don't know how you could physically possibly.
I mean, I haven't seen Harry Potter, so.
Oh, that's true. But if you haven't seen them, I highly recommend reading them. That's the most important thing.
Remember when you...
Don't. That's my biggest shame. Don't say it. Reading them is most important. But if you don't like reading or you can't read or anything like that, I recommend the movies. Because they're very, very good movies, even on their own.
That would have been a really good place to do an Audible sponsor. Audible, hit us up.
Yeah.
We get like 300 people listening. Surely you will pay us money to talk about
I
you.
would be dangerous with an Audible.
I loved audio. Audible was
Yeah.
so good because I listened to my books while I did other shit because then I could do stuff.
Yeah. I always use my mum's account, but she made me do this deal where, like, I would have to listen to a self-help book before I could listen to my own books. So, yeah. That didn't happen very much.
Oh my God.
But yeah, if I had my own Audible account, I think I'd be in trouble.
I should start listening to books again.
Yeah, me too.
I used to listen to books. That's like last year when I wasn't listening to music. I went through a thing where I listened to audiobooks, driving to and from work. Like I was just, all I did, I didn't listen to music. I listened to books. That's when I read like The Book Thief, Lovely Bones. I read a bunch of books, but I listened to them.
I wish I could read.
Same.
Again. Like,
I miss reading so much.
It's the thing of, like, and I think a lot of people go through this. It's like when I was 9 to like 13, I read, 9 to 12 even.
No, you read a decent amount when you were 13.
Yeah, that's true. I read so much to the point where my school counselor had to tell me to not read anymore. Like, I wasn't seen without a book in my hand. And then I got depressed. And I can't finish a book anymore.
No.
And it's heartbreaking because that's what I want to do with my life. It's heartbreaking. The thing I love most, I can't physically do without, like, struggling. It's a struggle to finish a book. Like, actually, yeah. Yeah.
The only time I'm ever able to read now is when I'm on, like,
Vacation. Holiday. Yeah.
I can read. It's so strange because, like, when I'm on holiday, I can read, and I can read a lot. When I was in, when I went to Asia with Emma, I think I bought 3 books with me. and then bought the last 2 books of the series when I was over there. And, like, that's probably the last time I read books. That was almost 2 years ago. And then prior to that, I read a whole series when I was in, like, Vietnam. Because when you're, like, you have absolutely no responsibilities, and then you're, like, in the sun, by the pool, it's easy to read. Yeah. But I can't do it any other time. No. Only on holiday. Yeah. And it's interesting because, like,
holidays are so relaxing. They're so... I miss being on holiday.
We could take a holiday, but we are too scared to.
It's terrifying to take a holiday.
We could literally right now take a week off, but we won't.
God, no.
But we could. But no, it's terrifying.
Yeah. It's so embarrassing because, like, we make so much capitalism things. We talk about how much we hate capitalism all the time. I am the biggest anti-capitalist. But I'm terrified. I'm terrified of not working. It's like, it's the thing of, you know, it's almost like that thing of, like, when you know that you hate something and you don't want to do it and you despise the very even system of it. But you know, if you don't do it, you cannot survive.
Well, yeah, but, like, and we were talking about this as well, right? It's that thing of we've been raised to do more. So, like, we were talking about this a couple of days ago, where it's like, we're doing enough. Yeah. Look at where we are right now.
I know.
Look at where we are right now and, like, what we have accomplished, right? And it's like, doing what we're doing right now, we could do less and still be fine and doing the capitalism.
Yeah.
But because with our parents being like, well, we want you to make us millions of dollars. And, like, it's like, you want to tell yourself that it's a joke?
I don't think it was ever a joke. Like, they always, I don't know. It's this thing of, like, when you grow up, a lot of our parents, we're their retirement plan, which means we have to be successful because that's all they've depended on.
And they're such big capitalists.
Such big
people
capitalists.
keep, like, I'm successful.
Yeah.
Right? At the moment, I'm paying rent and I'm doing fine. And, but then it's like, oh, well, you've got this going. So now you should expand. Yeah. You can get people to start working for you and you can start creating this and doing this as well. And have you considered doing this too? And I'm like, can't I just be happy?
Yeah.
Why do I have to be doing more? I don't need more.
You need your name on everything. You need your brand. Everybody has to know your name. Otherwise you are nothing in this world.
And it's like,
which is so...
Why would you stop if you could get more money? If you could be getting more money? And I'm like, but... Why would I put my mental health in jeopardy to have excess money? Yeah. Right? Like, it's like, we could upgrade. We could live somewhere better. We could have more things and stuff. But I'm like, I would rather be mentally healthy and have, like, a good place to be rather than depressed as shit and live in a massive...
Yeah.
I love this place.
I love this place. And, like, the thing is like, you know... I know that I grew up in very much a household where, like, you had to be working all the time. Every second of every day. And it was this thing of, like, if you took a break, that means you have to work extra hard the next day, you know? And it's the thing of, like, I'm struggling a lot. And it's really gross to think that I'm struggling with this. Because, I don't know, I feel like it's like, oh, no, you know, I have too much time on my hands. It feels like complaining to me, but that's the problem.
Yeah, well, also, like, being in lockdown.
Yeah.
You can't use that energy anywhere. Yeah. Like, it would be good to be able to get out of the house, do things, but we can't do anything. So, like... Even, like, you know, it's like those times when you're a kid and you're on school holiday and you get to the point where you want to go back to school so you have something to do. Yeah. We're sort of in that sort of period. Like, we do all of our work in, like, one day.
We do that, yeah.
Like, I film, usually if I'm doing a video, I film 2 videos in a day. So that day is spent getting dressed, doing my makeup, planning videos, writing scripts, and filming. And then the next day is editing. And then I've done my works week over 2 days.
You work, like, 16 hours
Yeah.
in a day, and then you just don't do anything, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. But
I just find it easier when I start. It's easier to just keep going.
I'm exactly the same. It's just that thing of like, once I finish all my work, I'm like, now
exactly.
what do I do?
Exactly.
I'm on top of things, but I need to be better and I need to strive harder, and we don't.
Why? We've just been told forever, do more.
That's not how things should be at all. We need to, first of all, we need to acknowledge that we've done things. Because we have a huge problem with going.
I literally, yesterday, I had a bad mental health day yesterday because I spent the entire morning questioning myself, my YouTube career, which is literally still right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I'm not doing enough. And I think no matter what I do, I won't think I'm doing enough.
No.
And like, I'm afraid that I'm going to be letting you down. And I don't want to let people down, and I don't want people to get bored of me, or I just feel like people are going to get bored of me. And that's terrifying because my everything we have is very reliant on people not getting bored of me.
Yeah. But that's the thing that you have to realize, is that you have to trust yourself. That people won't get bored of you because you're entertaining and you're funny and you're smart and you're very well put together. And obviously, 160,000 people agree with that.
That's a terrifying number. That is a terrifying number.
It's just that thing of like, it's a problem because, you know, we tell each other that all the time, that we're doing enough, that we're okay. And then as soon as we step out into the big wide world, it's always, no, you're not.
Yeah.
But you're not, though. And it's just like, it's really hard to keep telling yourself it's the world that's wrong. It's difficult.
Yesterday I just had a dream that Halsey was going to judge me.
Why would Halsey?
I don't know. I had a dream last night that Halsey was like, you don't have a real job. And I was like, hello?
Halsey is the last person on earth that would say that.
Yeah, but in my head, I just had
She would be so supportive of you.
I know, but I had listen, Halsey disapproving of me is the worst thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
So clearly when I was doubting myself, my brain was like, yeah, but what if Halsey hated you? That would end me. I would die.
Okay, but logically, think of this. Your channel is literally everything Halsey would want in a YouTube channel.
This is true.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That's what's crazy. I realized that my channel currently has more subscribers than Halsey had when I started listening to her. Like her because I think when I started following her on Instagram, she was at like 120k or something. Like,
I'm not processing. We need to move on. I'm not going to process that information for a very long time.
That's so.
I'm not going to process that at all.
Yeah, that's valid. I think actually. Yeah, that would be right.
I don't like that. I don't.
Same with like, I remember when all the 5-Sauce members reached like 1 million and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a time when I went into fucking CD shop and I wanted to get a 5-Sauce CD and a Halsey CD, and they'd heard of 5-Sauce but not Halsey.
Yeah. I remember like.
Closer was 4.5 years ago.
Closer was how long ago?
Closer was 4.5 years ago. And I remember because
I actually have a very specific memory with Closer. I remember, I think it was with you. Did you come up and visit me in up where, when Thea, and Closer was playing at the cafe. And I remember we both going, well, I'm kind of over this song.
This wasn't with Thea. This was before Thea. It must have been before Thea, because Closer came out in 2016, and Thea was 2017.
Yeah, that's true. When was it? When did I visit in 2016. Because I have that very specific memory of us at a cafe.
No, you did come 2016.
When?
Did you?
I must have.
Hold on.
Yeah, hang on, we need to think about... Because I came every...
No, you did, but you used to come every year because you got a trip home.
Yeah. I came every year when I was in Indonesia. But why? Because it wasn't during Christmas.
Yes, it was.
Was it
That's
during
when 2016 Christmas was when you went on the cruise.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Great. Glad...
Because I went to
Indonesia.
You don't give
a shit about this.
For my 17th... I was in Indonesia for my 17th birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, great. Yeah, you don't care about this. That was just me trying to process my life.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I remember us sitting in the cafe and listening to Closer, and we're like, I miss Halsey. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she came out with Hopeless Fountain Kingdom a couple months later.
That...
I just remember Closer has like a big... That was a really pivotal moment in her career.
Absolutely.
I remember it so clearly because I remember... I remember like Halsey's entire career in my head.
Yeah.
But like I remember when Drive came out and I just listened to Drive on loop along with Everything I Didn't Say by 5 Stars. Just those 2 songs on loop for a week.
Yeah.
But then Closer came out a year later and I remember just when it came out she hit 1 million followers and then just snowballed like mad and hasn't stopped since. But Closer just like... Joke about that song as much as you fucking like. That song has
so much impact.
And I mean, she knows that. She jokes about that song as well. And like, just the way though that pushed her career, and she deserved it so much.
So much.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, me too. It's amazing though that someone's entire life can change with 4 minutes of music.
I mean, mine changed with like 10 minutes of YouTube content.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it blows my mind that
it's phenomenal.
Literally one push of an upload button can change someone's life. It kind of it simultaneously makes me feel very good about the world and also very terrified. Like, it's amazing and beautiful and so overwhelmingly stunning that our lives are just up in the air and everything shifts so quickly and also really slowly at the same time. Because, like, we joke about, Closer was the one that, blah, blah, blah. But Halsey wouldn't have made Closer if she hadn't had her entire rest of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same with your YouTube video. You wouldn't have had that YouTube video without everything else before it. That's not how things work.
Yeah.
But it's just like... And it's also very, very, very terrifying. Because I also know that, like... A meteorite could hit us any second. And everything we've ever known and ever thought and ever written down will disappear.
But we wouldn't be aware of that.
No.
Peace.
No! This isn't, but we wouldn't have the concept of peace because we're not getting into this again. We're not getting into this again. But I am right. In this,
No.
I am right.
No.
I am right.
You're
about
not
this.
right.
I'm completely
If there
right.
is nothing, there is peace.
No! Then nobody would be there to label it as peace.
You don't need labels.
Then there wouldn't be peace. It wouldn't be...
Tell that to Horde Prime.
He wouldn't be there.
No one you to tell him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. You don't know. Maybe in the absence of us, there'll be something new, and that would be peaceful.
But they wouldn't have the word for peace.
Yeah, but they'd have the concept of it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be peace.
What would it be then?
It'd be a slightly different type of peace.
Like schlubbelin.
Yeah, but it probably wouldn't have the same contextual thing that we put to piece. Because we have a completely different set of... It's like colours. Can you name a colour that you can't see?
Yes. Globulin.
No, but
globulin.
Can you describe...
This wall is not actually white, it's globulin.
You get what I mean.
Globulin is... Listen, globulin is the colour of how a strawberry tastes.
I actually really want to see that. No joke. That sounds amazing.
That's the colour.
Yeah.
See, I described it perfectly.
You did. No, but I'm saying, like, to a completely different being that has no concept of anything that we know, has a different type of thinking system, is a different, completely different, it won't have the same peace as we do.
Yeah, but anything without humans is peaceful.
Yeah, it's true.
See? You agree. Excellent. Moving on.
No. That's because I am labeling that as peace. I'm not.
I understand your argument. I just think it's dumb.
I'm right, though.
Or are you?
I am right about this. Are you going to take a... Why are you taking off my
Because
glasses?
I need 2 pairs of glasses.
Mine are dirty.
They are. You need to clean your glasses
I
more.
can't be bothered.
Bothers me a lot.
Thank you. I'm glad it bothers you. It's my life goal to bother you.
We've decided that we hate the London sky.
There are no stars in it.
It's very disappointing. Also, we should have filmed this before sunset. But the sun starts going down so early.
The day's end. It is really
4:15. But yeah, we need an extension cord. We have our light, but it doesn't reach a socket.
It's just standing there. It's out, yeah.
So apologies for the shitty lighting. We need to invest in an extension cord, and possibly some new lights as well.
Yeah. I want something behind us.
Yeah, we'll have a setup properly at some point.
You'll see the evolution of it.
Yeah.
As it goes on.
And better lighting. I'm gonna get some softbox lights, I think.
Yay.
And maybe a new camera. If anyone has any camera recommendations, please.
We don't know anything.
Literally, I'm trying to Google what camera to get, and I have no idea about anything. It's talking about all this like shit, and I'm like, I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, I've been wanting to build a PC for most of my life because I watched my dad build a PC. But I don't know anything about, and it's like that very petty thing of like, I don't want to go into a store and tell I don't want to go into a shop and tell a man that I don't know anything about computers. It's in my core. I don't want to admit to a man that I don't know anything about computers. It's so stupid, and I recognize that this is very internalized problems within me, but I don't want to admit it. I don't want to. It's like a pride thing. I don't want to go into a store and ask a man how to build a computer.
No.
I don't want
because
to.
You just know that, like, not every man, but a lot of men will be like, of course she doesn't know how to build a computer.
And I don't want to give them the honor to do that. It's not
I want to go into a shop and be like, I want this, this, and this, and they'll recommend something else. I'm like, no, I know I don't want that.
Do you know why? Do you know what the problem is? Because I know that if I was a boy, I would have been taught how to build a fucking PC, but I didn't.
I don't think I would have been taught how to build a PC, no matter my gender.
Honestly,
no one in my house knows anything.
No, my dad probably would have taught me how to build a PC, but I'm just I'm very, very petty about this kind of thing. It's just I don't want to admit to a man that I don't know how to build a computer, because I should know how to build a computer.
It's like, I don't know. I had a car for years, and I know nothing about cars.
God forbid.
I bought some oil for my car because I was out of oil, and I went out to my car and just stood there like, what the fuck do I do with this? And the man in the petrol station came out and was like, do you you need help? And I'm like, yeah.
If that's the thing, like, all those memes of like, women don't know how to change oil in their car, and I'm like, maybe. Maybe.
No one, my mom told me how to do, you know what, I think my mom showed me, and I just forgot.
I know how to put oil in my car. I just don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do anything else.
I know how to put petrol in it.
Yeah.
So.
Petrol, oil, water. I can do all those things. I don't know anything else.
No.
And air and tires. I can do that.
Oh yeah, putting air in tires is always fun.
Yeah.
I know nothing. If I ever had like a flat tire, I'd have been fucked. One time my car was making like horrible noises when I was driving, and I was like, what the fuck? And my mom drove it, and she's like, you've done something. I'm like, I haven't done anything. She was pretty sure it's because I exclusively drove my car on 0 petrol. It was like a game.
Yeah.
How many times can I get to and from work with no petrol?
Yeah.
But then it turns out an entire tree branch was stuck underneath my car in the like suspension band, and when I was driving, it was just like dragging across the ground underneath my car, causing the car to like vibrate and make this awful scraping sound.
Oh no.
Days I was doing that. Days.
You didn't check. Stunning.
Why would I check? My mom didn't either.
Stunning.
It was this close to taking it to the mechanics as well.
Stunning.
Imagine going to the mechanics and having them just pull a full tree branch out from under your car like, I found your problem.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I love that.
Yeah.
With that fun story, we might have to end it there.
Yeah.
But that was very entertaining for me.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
We hope that you've enjoyed our comeback.
Yeah. We will be making regular videos from now on, now that we have a stable place.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget to join our Patreon, our Patreon, if you want these a week early, as well as some other content. We do little bonus contents here as well.
Also, of course, there's a lot of links in the description to ways to help around the world with Black Lives Matter. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now that really need people's attention, and we'd really appreciate it. We joke a lot, but it's quite serious. So
yes.
Please check them out. There's a bunch of petitions and stuff. So it'd mean a lot.
Yes. Thank you for coming. I said that already. I said it again. Enjoy the rest of your day. I always go to do my video outros. I don't know what else to do. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah. A huge thank you to our patrons.
Is Amy, Eliza, Scar, Gina, Theo, Bunny, Nicholas, Jess, Valerie, Sasha, Sky, Aolani, Eve, Cassidy, Mariah, Raven, Abby, Gio, Isa, Emily, Hadley, Antonia, Trina, Marissa, Norman, Jeff, Danny, Neil, Wolf Avatar, Peter, and Jordan. Thank you so much.
We love you endlessly. Thank you.